Hey guys, Sci-Fi Modeler here. I wanted to give you a quick update and excuse the mess. This is the room where everything happens, and I have to admit I am surrounded by plastic, and I may have a problem, but this is where all the stuff happens. All right, so as far as the Gotchaman God Phoenix 1 and 2, I uh, I bought this kit last year, and I never saw this one before. I never saw any shows with this Phoenix. But I got it because of the topic. I love Battle of the Planets, also known as Gotchaman. So I purchased this, and you saw my first video on this. Both ships are absolutely beautiful. Okay, let me go over this one first. So basically, it's got, and I just basically this one I didn't paint. I just put it together as is. I did some pencil marks to highlight the panel lines, but I did not paint this at all. And I've only done the main ship. I haven't done any of the accessories, the small parts, the vehicles. So that I still have to do. But this one came out really well. Okay, I used the LED kit that it came with. The wings fold up or fold down. What else? The beak. The beak opens up, and you've got the landing pad there. Let me light her up. So basically this works. You push the button once and it lights everything up. And it stays on, which is pretty cool. So I got the engines. And I got the underneath the wings there. So when I lift it up, sorry about the camera work. You got your vehicle that could go in there, and that's lit up. And you also have the runway in the front lights up. So that's pretty cool. All right. So this one, these go together pretty well. You don't have to glue every single piece. It's a nice fit in most spots. This one went together pretty well. The electronics work, and fine and dandy. This is the ship I've wanted for probably 40 years. Okay, it is beautiful. I just put it together last night after I lost the spring and my wife found it. This one, unfortunately, the light doesn't work. So I'm going to have to take it apart and figure out what I did wrong. So I know it's me because the other one works. This one is beautiful. This one I did paint. Okay, I used Tamiya Red X7, the gloss red, and I used Mr. Hobby Gundam blue, 5 parts of that blue to 1 part of Tamiya white to get this blue color. I think the next one I build, and yes, I will build the next one. I think the next one I build, I'm going to use a slightly darker blue, but I do like this one a lot. The other parts are gunmetal and silver Tamiya. Now, this is all wonky because I didn't glue it together, because little forethought on my part is that well, I haven't tested it yet. So if I have to take it apart because the electronics don't work, I don't want everything glued. So lucky me, I did that, because now I have to go back. I have to check the connections in here, make sure I ran the wires correctly here, and I have to open up the inside. If all this seems right, I have to open up the inside. And again, I didn't glue most of this. I did not glue. So I am happy as heck that I can just basically take apart the panels and open up the main section and see what's going on. So one, and again, this one went together fairly well. I went ahead and I did my painting. Like I said, I pretty much primed the whole thing on the sprue, and then I started with the pieces that I knew were going to have issues. I took out separately and painted those. So yeah, it's a little more tedious to do that, but I really wanted to have a good paint job on this one. So one thing I did find out, if you guys are interested or not, is the fact that both of these kits come with the vehicles, which is cool. The one thing I did not know is that this one, the Gotchaman 2 one, is the only kit that comes with the action figures, little tiny figures that you can put together and just display along with the ship. This one does not have figures, so, and that's fine. And they look like, you know, they're in the same costume anyway, so it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna probably display them with this one, my favorite one here. But I will continue. I'll give you an update when I figure out what I did wrong, and I'm definitely gonna buy at least 2 more of these. The next there's so many options to display this. The next one I'm going to probably light up myself and maybe put some lights underneath to show like a thrust. But as you can see, I don't want to take it apart, but you can show underneath here. You can have that the thruster panel open. You can have it closed. You can have the missiles on top come out, the missiles on the bottom. You can have the vehicle ramps for under each wing, and Mark's jet in here. So there's a lot of options to how you would want to display this, and of course the wheels, the landing gear. So I'm gonna figure out, you know, I'm gonna definitely have this a couple different ways, but I'm definitely gonna try to light one of these up myself. So till next time, that's my update to awesome kits. I might do a separate video on each to give you a little more detail on little things that I learned as I went through this, but fairly easy to build both of these. All right, guys. Until next time.